Hello everyone, it's again me, Doc from The Fockers. Today we have a pretty big announcement to do. We finally completed our original comic Blessing in Disguise. This, what you see colored in the video, is the last promotional cover for it. The 26 pages will be available through Patreon and Fanbox later next Friday. But it's not over yet with this comic because, well, the story is over, but we're actually going to print it since some of you suggested it, and we really like the idea of having something physical for once. But yeah, the printed copy is going to be released probably next month or May. There's a lot of work to do, like we're fixing the first pages, first 20 pages or so, fixing some drawings here and there, and most importantly fixing the text. Yeah, there will be more information later on, and for now let's get into the Q&A. So, first question is, what's the most important thing you've learned about doing art? So, the most important probably is that it's not necessary to make a masterpiece. Like, it's not necessary to spend too much time working on the same piece of art, trying to make it better and better. First, because nobody except you, me, is actually going to notice it, and then we lost so much time working on just one picture, and it's not worth it because maybe not many people will like the piece anyway, for the character used, for the setting, etc. But if you lost so much time working on it, it's gonna be not wasted, but it's not worth it either. And Ed mostly agrees with me on this point, and also says that making illustration with feeling often leads to an increase in technical skills. So it's not important to constantly work on the same piece, it's more important to put passion in this piece, because also spending too much time drawing the same thing over and over kinda dries you out a bit. And so it's more important to keep working on new stuff, and each time you begin a new work you're probably getting better and better, instead of just wasting all your time working on the same piece to get the same results. And sorry, I'm probably not making much sense, especially if you're not an artist. It's rather hard to understand this point. Second question is, other visual novels have some nice pictures, like when you reach a goal. Will you do something similar? Absolutely. First off, we have if you're not aware, we are doing a visual novel. So far it's only available for patrons, and at the moment it's pretty barren, because there's almost no music, very few sound effects, and as mentioned in this question, there's no picture. Like, I don't know the exact term, but you know, when you reach a certain point of a story, usually you have this nice wallpaper that summarizes what's going on with the characters, etc. We don't have it yet, but of course we're going to add it. It's one of the most important features to add. And yeah, the game itself is going to be rather simple. Like, you just point and click wherever you want to go. You click the answer to the question that characters give you, etc. It's not going to be extremely complicated like most visual novels, but we're going to add a lot of art to it. I feel it's with this kind of games is the most important part. There's almost no gameplay, so it's rather futile to try to add as much features as possible. It's not what people want from a visual novel, and also it will make everything rather confusing, I think. Next question is: have you ever had a commission or suggestion concept that caught you off guard? That cut off guard? Yeah, I can think of a couple of commissions that really were unexpected. The first that comes to mind is the girl that turns into a portal. It's still pretty. I consider it. I know a lot of drawing we did are kind of weird, especially if you're not into the transformation stuff. But that one was considered strange even to other fans of the transformation. It was also challenging because there isn't much there isn't much reference. It's rather a unique concept. So yeah, it was weird, but it was also fun to do at the same time, and I think it paid off in the end. And another one, it's rather recent because it's the last prompt suggested by the patrons. So each month we have a poll for the Chocolate Traveler and Spicy Globetrotters to put their suggestion, and later this suggestion will be polled to the rest for followers, and they can suggest whatever they want to see in a transformation sequence. And the last one that won was, as I mentioned, rather strange at first, because it was a squirrel getting into a skin suit, and then the skin suit was going to possess the or rather merge with the squirrel. Yeah, reading it sounded kind of weird, but when we decided to actually start drawing it, it wasn't so bad as it sounded. So yeah, sometimes we do have a suggestion that comes unexpected. Last question for today's video is: do you plan to release your stuff for free? It depends. So some build of the game that I mentioned earlier, yes, like we're going to try also port it to HTML, and maybe we can release a demo of sorts to Newgrounds. Also the first pages of Blending in Disguise for sure, because as I mentioned, we're actually redrawing them, the first 20 pages or so. Yeah, we're probably going to release at least them, and the rest of the stuff we post on Patreon and Fanbox, I don't know, like the sequences, etc. Maybe some of them, probably not everything. So that's it for this Q&A. Hope you liked it, and smash the like button, click on the subscribe, you know, the usual stuff, and see you next time. Bye.